Hi, this is Kamera. My first few minutes with God, day 63, Numbers chapter 21 and 22. The Canaanites, they attack the children of Israel and they take hostages. Children of Israel, they pray to God and say, Lord, help us to defeat these Canaanites, and God grants them victory. Fast forward, the children of Israel gets impatient and they start to complain against Moses and God. Why'd you bring us in this wilderness to die? I hate manna, that type of thing. God immediately sends these poisonous snakes who bites and kills a lot of them. The children of Israel, they cry to Moses. And you think it's not funny, but you think they'd learn. And we have to remember, guys, we're those same people. We really are. We complain, we forget all the goodness that God has done for us. So we need to learn. God does not like this murmuring and this complaining, this discontentment. Trust your God. We need to trust God that everything's going to work out and praise Him instead of complaining. And so they cry to Moses. Moses, he prays to God. God tells him to create a bronze snake. They need to look upon that snake if they want to live. Isn't that something? So they continue their journey. Fast forward, they continue their journey, and they come against other people, other countries, other nations. They would ask for permission to pass through. These people would attack them, the Amorites. And so God granted them favor where they slaughtered these people. They took over territories. King Sihon did the same thing with King Og of Bashan, and they destroyed these areas and they gained their territory, their people, whatever, there. And so fast forward, they're continuing their travels as well. And there were sometimes they did settle, but then they continued their travels. And Balak, he sees the children of Israel from afar. He's been observing what they've been doing, and he's talking about how they devour everything. Yeah. And so what he does is he decides to go and seek a medium, a man who can speak curses, and that is Balaam. So he sends messengers with money trying to get Balaam to come and curse these people. And so Balaam, he says, I have to see what God says. So God tells him, God visits him, and he tells God everything these messengers told him. God tells him, no, don't go with these men and don't curse those people. Next day, he tells these messengers that he can't, no matter how much they gave him, he cannot do what they want. They return. Balak sends them back again, the same messengers back again with even more money. Balaam says, well, same thing. You don't have enough money to pay me. I can only say what God wants me to say. And so he said, well, you can stay and see if he changes his mind. And so God told him no. But then God told him to go ahead and go with these guys. The next morning, Balaam is saddling his donkey. God's really not pleased with him going with him. So he sends an angel, and Balaam doesn't see this angel. His donkey does. And his donkey does everything to avoid the angel. The angel's blocking his path. And so in doing so, Balaam is not pleased with the way his donkey is acting. He starts to beat him. And after he beats him, the donkey starts to talk. And what gets me, he wasn't surprised that the donkey started talking. God opens Balaam's eyes and show him the angel. The angel reprimanded him, and he apologizes. Balaam apologizes. And the message is, go with these men and only do and say what God tells you to do and say. And so once he gets to his location, he tells Balak, I can only utter what God tells me to utter. And that is it. So there you have it, guys. Day 63, Numbers chapter 21 and 22. You have a God-filled blessed day.